Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of Tatami Talk short form video. My name is Juan, this is my partner Anthony, and today we're going to do What's in the Bag for what's inside our judo bags.
Did we do this before?
I think
we did a podcast
We did a podcast version of it, so it's probably pretty boring for people that watch just the podcast version, just listening what we have in our bags.
Yeah.
And if you watch the video version, I don't think we really pulled out stuff out of our bag. I think we just talked about what we have in our bag. So for fun, we decided to make a video of what's actually in our judo bags.
Yep.
So as you see, I have the nice Hayabusa leather bag. As you can see, Anthony has a
Hyperfly. This is a BJJ brand. I really like their gis. I'm a bag person. I don't know if I mentioned it. I have a bag problem. I actually need to sell some of my bags.
He's a bag man, you know?
Yeah, but this is one of my favorite bags, mostly because I mentioned it in the podcast where I'm a big, tall guy and our gis are larger. So I needed a bag that was big enough to fit both my judo gi and jiu-jitsu gis because for a while I was training it back to back, right?
Yeah.
And also, back in Austin, I needed something that can also fit my boxing gloves. So this is the bag that was like big enough with separate compartments that fit my needs. So I highly recommend this bag. It comes in like different sizes too. I think they're small, medium, large.
Yeah.
I do have some complaints about this bag, but this bag went to Japan with me, and it was great. Yeah.
Yeah. I love this bag. I just love the design of this bag and stuff. It has little air pockets, the little air bubble thing right here, so the bag, so your stuff can breathe when you're dead. Yep. My best bag that I used to love is I had this old UFC bag. It was this canvas bag, but it had that little compartment for your gloves though, so you wouldn't put your gloves with your stuff. Or you could put shoes in there and stuff, but I love that bag. But the strap broke on it. Yeah. And then I tried to like fix it with the strap, but then it just started hooking on everything. But
yeah, when I first bought this bag, that's another reason I like this brand, is one of these little zipper pulls came up, and then I emailed them, and they're like, "Oh, I'll just ship you a new zipper pull."
Really?
Like, right away. Yeah, they just shipped it.
That's awesome.
I will say my main complaint about this bag is you see how it's a duffel backpack. So it's a duffel backpack. So
that means it's a duffel bag and a backpack.
Yeah. So it's easy to carry around, easy to open. I'll show you later, and it's easy to put in my back when I was in Japan, going to train stations and stuff, going up and down the stairs. But you see how the bottom is sitting on the floor. So this is the part that's also going on your back.
Yeah.
So that's the part that I don't like. Now, Fuji makes a version that's actually, this is the part that goes on your back. So the clean part, but it doesn't come this size. The compartments are different, and I've seen some quality issues with it. Like I've seen people complain about the straps breaking. I've had this for like 4 or 5 years already, but they complain the straps breaking. And then what I found was, if you ever go to Alibaba, you know, those sites.
Alibaba, I know Alibaba.
So Fuji pretty much just slapped their logo onto one of those mass-produced.
Are you serious?
Bags. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, basically. So
that hurts me.
Yeah. So this bag, I haven't found it. I'm pretty sure they made it themselves, or they contracted someone to make it, because I haven't seen a clone.
A clone
for it. Yeah, the material's
You
great.
haven't seen a knockoff?
Yeah. There's a newer version. I might try find a different version that has that. The other side, but for now this bag is great. I love it. Yep.
All right, so let's start going into what's in the bags. So as you see, Anthony's opening his bag right now. All right. So you want to go one at a time, or
let's just start with our judo gis.
All right. So I'm wearing my judo pants right now because I usually wear my pants to practice most of the time. But I'll keep my I usually fold my gi nice.
Yep.
I do a nice fold when I put my gi inside my bag.
I usually hang my gis up at home, and then before class I just stuff it in.
Stuff them in there.
So I'll fold them after class, but I'm usually I live far, so I'm usually in a hurry to leave after work. So I wash my gi unless I train back-to-back days. I usually then have two gis are hanging. But I'll grab whatever is the driest from my chair, and then I just stuff it in because I try to give it as much time to dry as possible.
Yeah.
So here's my Kusakura gi and the pants.
And Kusakura pants. Yeah. Today I brought my Today I got my Fuji Old School USA gi. Yep. It's old school now. Yeah. It's funny. That gi's like maybe 5 years old.
That's a single weave?
Yeah, it's a single weave.
Okay, this is a 1.5 weave, like the IJF label one.
What you call nowadays a double weave, but it's really 1.5. We talked about that in one of our podcast episodes, actually. So if you want to know about that more, look that up. So then after that, since I do have some knee problems since I'm an old man nowadays.
Wait, where's your belt?
My belt. Oh, you want to go through belts next? All right, let's go through belts. Okay, so belts.
I know what I do with my belts pretty unconventional.
Again, look at him. He's just dragging his belt out. Me, my belt's always folded. I always fold my belt nice.
So as you know, I wash my belts. Don't at me.
At him. Please at him.
I wash my belts, so I have to hang up my belts too, so I just hang it up afterwards. So here's my belt.
Well, as you can see, my belt's also super beat up because I never washed it. This is all natural. This is all just workout.
I have also a backup belt. This is the belt that was awarded to me when I got my black belt, the Adidas one.
That's one that we gave you.
Because sometimes when I'm hanging up and I'm in a rush to leave and forget to bring it, or it's not dry yet, then I'll bring this one. Yeah. Just a backup belt.
And me now, I have a backup belt because Anthony got me a belt for Christmas. So I have this Sakura belt that he got me for Christmas there as a backup. And again, it is nice and folded inside my bag.
Okay, so let's talk about your knee brace.
Let's talk about not my knee brace. Okay, so because I have some knee problems and stuff, I have some pretty soft knees nowadays. I have to wear a knee brace in my practice. So I have to carry with me, let me just bring all this lump out here. So I usually wear what I call soft knee braces, mostly just for compression right here. I wear 2 of these, I have in my bag at all times, and then I have these more tougher ones right here that I wear that have a little bit more metal siding to keep my knee from bending opposite directions.
Not competition legal, by the way.
Yeah, so not competition legal. I don't wear my competitions, okay, so.
I actually have one of those too, for when my knee feels kind of off and if you wanted more protection for training. But I lent it to someone yesterday. So
you lent your knee brace to somebody?
Yeah, so I told him to wash it and bring it back, so I don't have it with me right now.
And again, as you can see, because I use my stuff a lot, like, and I don't want to buy. They're still good, so I'll put like just tape on the sides of them right here to keep them together. That's just how I am, just right there. So you don't have your knee braces with you, or your knee pads?
I have my other knee braces that I usually use in the knee sleeves. So these are the ones before I hurt my knee, and I use them in BJJ quite often. Not so much judo, because I don't really do drop knee throws often. But these are my Mizuno volleyball knee pads.
Yeah.
I like these over the other wrestling ones you find. Because the wrestling ones are like freaking huge and like
they're great. It's funny because I just threw away mine because I had a pair of wrestling knee pads that I'd wear too sometimes also. If I was going to do a whole lot of big throwing, I would just put on my wrestling knee pads.
I used to own a pair of Asics, and I forgot what the other brand is for the wrestling one. I used to own those, but they're huge. So you can't get out of half guard easily with those.
Oh, how do you think it is with these big babies on?
That's a trade-off between protection and mobility.
You gotta learn different things to escape.
But this is what I use mostly for BJJ, so I can get out of half guards and also the constant grinding on the floor for drop throws too, even though you shouldn't drop directly on your knees. But this is pretty good protection for a lot of grinding on the floor. So I mostly wear these in BJJ, not so much in judo anymore because I don't grind on the floor or drop to my knees that often. So these are my Mizuno volleyball pads. This was my first sleeve. I leave it here sometimes when I'm sore after practice or from driving. Then I need to walk around. I'm limping a little bit. I might use this just to help with the compression. But I don't wear them. I don't wear this for training anymore. Okay. I only wear this for training if I forgot all my knee pads are drying. And I forgot to put them in.
You need something there to protect.
This is the only one. Yeah. It's not even protection. It's more like a mental thing. Keeping it warm, like keeping the muscles a little bit compressed and warm. So this is my first sleeve I got. Now this is my favorite knee pad and is the one I use the most. It's really popular amongst the BJJ community. It's called the Bauerfeind. It's like German, and it's a really good, strong compression with a little donut here that protects your patella. And because it's a donut, it'll also help with the grinding on the floor and stuff. You do a lot of nawaza, but without feeling bulky like this one, because it's a smaller footprint. It just basically covers this part of your knee. It also has these anti-slip things.
Oh, it has a little rubber stuff.
Yeah, the rubber thing inside, and this is my second one. So the other one I used it so much that it basically just disintegrated, and the what do you call it? The
elastic?
The donut started falling out.
The donut started falling out.
The donut started falling out because there's a thing that holds it right here in the back, and it was peeling. So It also has these springs for a little bit of support on the side. Technically not competition legal, but they're so small that nobody's gonna notice. Yeah, it's my favorite knee brace, but the problem is,
expensive.
yes. So the other one
Straight from Germany, has to be expensive.
The other one I was using it, the first one I was using until it disintegrated because I was like, I don't want to spend another $80 on another one.
$80. That thing's $80.
This is
$80. Woo!
So,
screw that.
So what happened was because they got popular on Amazon.
How it always happens. You find a great product, then Amazon becomes popular, then everybody buys it.
I didn't bring the other one, I think, but there was two main brands that were knockoffs of this. Now, I don't have the other one. The other one's called McDavid, which is, they make a lot of knee braces, kind of like Shock Doctor. Kind of like that. They make a lot of knee braces. That's my favorite, the one that's closest to this one. So if you want a recommendation on one that's closest to this one that doesn't break the bank for like $20-$30, I recommend that one. The problem with that one is it doesn't have this anti-slip thing printed inside. So I constantly find myself pull it back up during.
That's why I like about the ones that I got. Why I got the straps ones because it keeps them in place.
Not so much during. This is turning into a knee brace episode.
How many knee braces did you bring with you?
So, this is the last one. So that it slits back down. Now this one I think is called Neenca, Neenca. Yep. So this one's a lot bulkier. So it feels like I have more compression and it keeps my joint warmer. And it had the springs on the side a little more stronger. It has a donut. It has the anti-slip thing here, but you can see it's just around the top like a ring, and it's not as good. So it feels bulkier. So that's the reason why I prefer the McDavid one a lot more, because this is much thicker material and we feel it's like.
And if you're wondering why we have so many knee braces personally between us, it's because I have some knee problems and stuff. And I think, remember, Anthony has had knee surgery. That's why he has to protect himself. And the thing is that if you have had knee surgery, you can keep doing judo, you can keep practicing, but you have to protect yourself somehow using something.
Yeah,
so,
my surgeon recommended I use these to keep just everything tight and compressed. But he does not recommend me to wear that knee brace.
Big metal ones.
The metal ones too often, because your muscles will atrophy from relying on that for support for too long. I only really use them when like my knee really hurts and I really want to train or something. So I try to not make a habit of wearing it too much. But yeah, those are my knee braces.
Shoot. All right. So a little off thing because I keep these in my bag, and this is something we kind of talked about in the last episode. One of our other episodes of Tatami Talk also is other belts. So me, I always, just because I'm lazy, I always keep my competition belts in my bag with me at all times. So I always have my competition blue belt and white belt with me in my bag. I could take them out and stuff, put them away and put them back inside.
I took mine out. So
so I always they're always in my bag. So it's something I always have with me. So if I ever go to competition, I don't have to worry about them. That's another thing. Like I always keep the blue, I always keep the white with me all the time. And the funny thing about this white belt here is that this is actually my white belt. This is my white belt when I first started judo. So I've had this belt for when I first started doing judo, like seriously, for probably about 15 years now.
And it's all beat up because we didn't have color belts back then.
And you see my white belt's now a black belt for the most part, but so this is my white belt when I first started doing judo. I still use it for competition. I keep it with me at all times. So that's pretty a little interesting thing inside there. So let's talk about another thing. So Anthony, what else? Is there anything interesting in your bag you have with you?
So I have a...
See, why do you have it? You don't wear that. Why do you have that still?
I wear it when my ears... tell them what it is. Then.
Okay, so you wear this as... No, I'm not joking. So in wrestling, this is headgear in wrestling. Yep. You wear this, you put it over your head and stuff. Wear it over my hat right now. Right here, so your ears are protected so you don't get cauliflower ear. This is more common in wrestling than it is in judo, because in wrestling we're grinding our ears a lot. The little bones right here get broken, they get filled with blood, and it gets all puffed up. In America we call it cauliflower ear. In Japan they call it gyoza ear.
Yep.
So
gyoza, I remember that.
You remember that? Yeah. I always thought that was funny, because it's like when I heard that one time I was watching Pride or something back in the day, and they called it gyoza ear. Like gyoza ear, that makes a lot more sense than cauliflower sometimes. But yeah,
so I have this because it's just in case. I don't wear it regularly. I only wear it when it hurts, so it doesn't get worse.
Yeah.
So for judo, I've only worn it once ever, and most of the time I end up lending it to other people. If you remember,
Lending.
Yeah. So, but I've worn it a lot more in BJJ, even though I haven't really gotten cauliflower ears from like the pain from BJJ. I usually get it here when with grip fighting, someone brushes across it.
Yeah.
Then when I go to BJJ, I put this on after judo. So that's not so much for judo, but mostly for BJJ.
It was funny, like I was always worried about getting cauliflower ear when I was a kid, so I always wore my headgear all the time in practice and stuff, wrestling. I always wore them, so my ears always stayed. They never got messed up or nothing. Like I have friends I wrestled with that got really bad cauliflower ear.
They do say it's genetic. Some people are more susceptible.
That's another thing about it. It is genetic.
Because you remember Johnny. He just like
he touched his ear,
touched his ear and just puffed
up.
Yeah. So some people are more susceptible.
Yeah, but I was so nervous about getting cauliflower ear because I always wanted to become an actor when I got older and stuff. I didn't want to get big. You can't be an actor with big cauliflower. Now you can maybe nowadays, but you couldn't back in the day. So I always protect my ears with cauliflower.
So one other thing I have is a rash guard. So I just have a rash guard in here. I try to keep a clean one in here. This one's one from Amazon. It's cheap. It's like $10 when I bought it. It's called Tesla, but it's
Tesla.
It's no longer.
Is it electric?
They don't sell anymore. So
is it battery powered?
So if you're looking for a cheap rash guard, because you go on most BJJ judo places to buy, it's like $50-$60. But these are like $10-$15. Amazon, the brand now that they have is called Sanable, which is a pretty good quality brand, even though they don't make this one anymore. I really like this one, but they don't make it anymore. So that's my rash guard. And I have a little towel here. This is I got these on sale. It's a cooling towel. You ever had? Those?
I've never used one. I've seen it, but I've never used one before.
So
does it actually work? Do you have to get it wet first?
So it does. I don't really use it here, but when I was in Texas, I used this so many times. So the idea is you wet it, and then you snap it like this, and it gives off this cooling effect when you wipe it, and it actually works. It's not like it's actually a little bit like that. Yeah. So it's not ice cold, but it is a little bit like having someone that's like cold.
Is it like the cool side?
You ever, your girlfriend is like really cold and comes up to you, and their fingers are like cold.
Off me.
Yeah. So it kind of feels like that, right? But if you don't have water available, your sweat will activate it too. So I keep this just around, just out of habit because I've had it in Texas, and I figured I need a towel to wipe off. And for those who don't know, I have eczema. Regular towel is really rough, and so when I wipe it, I don't even wipe, I just dab it. Even the rough texture of a towel will make my eczema flare up. So this is a really soft, smooth surface, so I use this just as a regular towel now. So.
Well, with me, I usually wear a rash guard because like I said, I wear most of my stuff, so I usually wear a rash guard or a shirt or something to practice. But I always bring an extra shirt after class. I'm not gonna wear this home or nothing. So I usually wear like a hoodie to class and stuff.
I just wear a shirt. I just wear a shirt I came with.
So like today I have my Hollywood Judo shirt. This is the free shirt you get when you join the dojo, and this is actually a pretty old one because actually it's old because it doesn't have the Hollywood symbol right here. Yeah. So this shirt's maybe, this shirt might be 10 years old. I think maybe it's pretty crazy. But I have this shirt, and since you have your towel, So I'm not as fancy as Anthony. I just have a normal.
This is cheap. This is probably cheaper than that.
I got this for $1.
Okay, never mind. I got this for $5. I got this for $5.
I got this for $1 at the 99-cent store, one of the 99-cent stores here in LA, Vagabond stores. And it's just a simple black towel that I use after class. And sometimes because I'm very, what do you say? I'm super conscious about if like we're gonna go out eating after judo or something.
Yeah,
or we're
getting
gonna
all
do
sweaty.
Something all sweaty. I don't like going out after judo stuff. And luckily here at our dojo we have showers. So because of that, I don't have a full towel with me all the time. What I have is I have my Los Iguanas de Japón New Japan towel. You're supposed to swing around.
You're supposed to wave it around.
Or wear the scarf and stuff. But because it's a pretty big towel, I use this as my dojo towel.
That's very cool.
Los Iguanas.
I want to get a sumo one.
A sumo one?
A sumo one with a sumo wrestler name on it.
Yeah, so that's my towel I use because I'm just gonna take a quick shower, wipe off and stuff, and then go out and we go out to dinner sometimes. We go do something afterwards. So I always have a towel with me in my bag just in case.
So speaking of dinner, I don't have it with me right now. Forgot to pack it after I washed it. But I have like a swimming net, like to put your wet clothes in at the beach and stuff like that. So I put my gi in that afterwards instead of my bag because it's gonna stink up the gi. And I used to put it in here, but after every practice, I would go home and have to wipe down the whole bag.
See,
so
that's why I got this mesh right here, so it's not that bad.
So I put it in that net. I also have a dry bag because the net is fine if I go throw it in the car and go home right away. But like you said, sometimes we go eat, we go hang out, or when I was traveling, I was training in the day, and the geese sits in my trunk for like most of the day.
Yeah.
Then I have a wet bag, a dry bag.
Yeah. Dry wet bag.
Dry wet bag.
Dry bag.
So it's a waterproof bag that you can literally dunk into water. So I would put this inside and seal it so it doesn't stink up my whole car. Because sometimes I feel bad for the valet guy. Because the Thai food place we go to
has valet. It's funny. Yeah, our Thai restaurant that we go to has a valet. It's very LA.
It's mostly because LA has parking problems.
Yes.
They try to fit as many cars in as possible. But anyway, I feel bad for the valet because he would have to smell my gi when he.
They don't care. They probably smell worse.
So I put all my gis into the dry wet bag and throw it in the trunk so it doesn't stink up my car. So that's something I usually carry around too, but I don't have it in here. And then speaking of towels, I have this Gatsby Ice Citrus towelette. This is old. I should probably throw it away because hasn't been hot enough lately. But when we had a heat wave last couple years, I use this after training to wipe myself down because it has this, like you said, menthol cooling effect that actually cools you off. But I realized it has alcohol in it.
Yeah.
So it dries your skin.
Yes.
So don't use it too much.
Well, that's funny because he says that because I myself also have some alcohol wipes that I use every now and then.
But does it give this cooling?
It doesn't give cooling though.
Burning sensation.
Regular alcohol wipes where if like I do decide to go out or something, I just want to clean up my hands real quick. Usually, I don't put this on my face, my body, and stuff. I usually just use this for my hand. That's why they've been here for a while. But yeah, I have some alcohol wipes too.
I also have some ice pack. We have ice here at the dojo, but this is mostly for when I travel or when we go to competition, and I would need an ice pack for whatever reason. So I have an ice pack here. What else do you?
All right, let's get to the more, I guess, interesting. So, because you might get hurt in judo and stuff, it's always good to have your own tape. So
I also have this wrap for sometimes you want to cover up a wound or something, but you don't want the tape directly sticking to it. So I wrap it up with this first, then I put tape around it.
Same like that. I have my own foam wrap. Sometimes I use also. I used to actually use a lot in wrestling back when I was younger. I don't use that much in judo now because it just falls off. Because I guess maybe because judo matches in practice are longer maybe. But I have the foam wrap right here, the pre-wrap. I have some more about, half-inch, 1-inch tape right here, and then I have the little small 1/4-inch tape that I have right there as well inside my bag.
I have my mouth guard here.
Yep.
This is my custom mouth guard. Get one. I highly recommend it. I mostly wear it in jiu-jitsu, not so much in judo, but don't buy the boil and bite ones if you this is just worth it. It's an investment. It's like $60-$70. They mail you a mold. You mail the mold back in after you bite into it, and they'll give you a custom mouth guard. You can speak and drink water out of it. That's keep us on the whole entire practice. So that's what I like about this.
So for me with that, I have my mouth guard holder that there's no mouth guard inside there right now.
I have a backup. Same thing too.
I have my black and white mouth guard. I have my Wolfpack mouth guard.
I have that same one.
Yeah. And I have my more moderate. This is actually it's a Hayabusa Mouthguard, but the Hayabusa thing fell off also. It's because I buy a lot of Hayabusa. It's my favorite brand to buy stuff from. My wife gets stuff from me all the time. So I have a Hayabusa one right here that I've been using more often lately because it is a little bit easier to talk and do stuff with this one right here.
So the story is, this is my first boil and bite one. So if I forget to put this back in my bag, I have a backup because sometimes in BJJ, people elbow, but they're more. I get hurt in BJJ more than judo. Let's be honest. So the problem is, one day a guy said he forgot his mouth guard and asked if he can borrow mine.
What? No.
Me being me.
Really? That's when you don't like. Can I borrow your jock strap? No.
Me. I let him borrow it, but I told him to keep it. So I never got it back because I don't want it back. After he said, "Oh, wash it and give it back to you." I'm like, "No,
it's already set for your mouth. How is it gonna be set for his mouth?"
Well, it was a boil and bite one, so I don't really care. So
what do you boil some water in the back real quick? What?
No, so that's that. I have some ibuprofen here. Some spare band-aids. This is for if I decide to shower. It's just body wash.
Yep.
Nail clippers. This is a must-have. Like our dojo has nail clippers here, but I always keep some spare nail clippers. And I have this new skin. It's for when when skin rubs off, like matte burn
Yeah.
or skin rubs off your knuckles, like this new skin basically is like super glue that seals your wound so it doesn't burn. Yeah, and then have a mask, a training mask, athletic training mask, breathable. Doesn't feel like I'm suffocating me. This is for when we're training with masks on.
Yep.
Exercise band for stretching, and my for my knee. Spare trash bag.
Oh my god, there's this red trash bag in the bag.
Just in case, you never know when you need it, and then extra flip flops.
My flip flops are on the side of the dojo mat right now because I didn't bring them inside, but they're on the side here also.
I just have spare ones. I usually wear flip flops, but if I drive my manual car, my own car, not my wife's car, then I have to wear shoes, and I sometimes will forget to bring my flip flops, so I'll have spare flip flops for the dojo.
All right.
But the main thing about this bag I really like is if I forget the dry wet bag, there is like a dry wet compartment on the side that I can stuff my gi inside. But then I have to go home and wipe it
down.
But this
put
is
it inside out, spray with alcohol
yeah.
or something.
So this is a spare compartment that's really nice. Yeah.
So with all my stuff, like I said, like I'll take a shower after the practice. So I have my own body wash right here, and then I have a little deodorizing spray also. And because I work in the film industry, we're still being tested every time before we work, so I still wear a mask to practice in. So I have like a K95 spare mask in case I need one, because I usually wear one.
I keep them in my car. Yeah.
And then I also have this mask right here. This is another reusable mask. I actually got this on a film set. This is actually the one that I got from a galaxy far, far away. So yeah, this was in that. This is like the mask that gave us to wear on that set. I also have, because I have bad fingers and because I tape my fingers a lot, I bought these grip fingers, like these Ninja Turtle grip fingers.
Yeah, I've heard about those.
Right before the pandemic started, so I didn't get to use them that much. And then when we started doing stuff in the park, you'd
Did it have copper inside? Because I've seen some that have
no,
copper
these are just,
inside.
I bought the cheapest ones I could find just to try them out, because the more expensive ones are like $15, $30 or something. To Anthony, nothing. To me, a little bit. These I got for like maybe 10 or something. And they worked when I first got them, they worked really, really well to keep my fingers compressed. But because over time they're going to get loose and stuff, they started getting loose and they weren't working as good as they were before. Yep. So I'm thinking about maybe buying some more expensive ones, but they were actually not that bad. I can actually see them working really well for BJJ than judo, because there's not much grip fight in BJJ as there is in judo. So but I have these little Ninja Turtle gloves because I always tape my fingers. And because I do time things, I also have a stopwatch inside here just in case. It was actually a gift from Sensei Philippe to do stopwatch.
I just use my smartwatch. So.
Yeah, I was like, I have a cell phone, right? But it's cool just to have a little stopwatch in there. Another interesting thing that I have inside here is that, oh, here it is. Hey, my wrestling knee brace. There it is. Found at the bottom right there. And you might be like, why is there a hole cut in the back? Because I wear other knee braces in because it gets really thick. Gives me a place to move my knees.
I realized a lot of older grapplers would basically custom
make their knee braces. Yeah, it gives support where we need it and what we want. The other thing inside here I always have just in case is I have some MMA gloves. I do put boxing gloves inside here and shin and foot pads for kickboxing and stuff sometimes in here too. But I always have my MMA gloves in here. Don't know why, just in case someone wants to play around sometimes. What else do I got inside? It's kind of interesting. This little knickknacks. Oh, I have my little Geo Passport.
I'm already emptied out.
Well, you went through this stuff really fast. So I have my Geo Passport here. So if you join USJF here in the United States, you're going to get your little Judo Passport. And here it's going to have your things that have all your cards in there, your dates when you started.
Who you beat, the ranks,
all that.
Competitions you attended.
All that stuff. So mine's all has a lot of stuff in there because I've been doing this for 15 years now. They're using the same book. Have little notes in the back and stuff right there. And I have my black belt card in there. So it's easy just to take it. It looks like a passport, and people always call it the Judo Passport. Some places ask for it. So I have that in my bag at all times. And then I have some more interesting stuff inside here. I have some stickers for some reason.
You're like a freaking bag lady.
Look at all this shit that you have in your bag. Look at this guy.
All of them have use.
People love, just in case, hey, you want to haul a judo sticker real quick? And then I also, because of kata, I have my little tanto with me stuff to practice, Practice. Have that in there. And then because also I'm lazy, I don't take stuff out, I also have my nunchucks inside here.
Okay.
What? You don't think nunchucks be fun?
There's no longer judo related.
This ain't judo no more? Okay, well I have my sword inside here also.
This is already for me pushing it.
That's pushing it. And that is pretty much it. Just a little garbage and stuff. I got some garbage inside.
So
here.
I do want to mention that we live in LA, where basically you have to have a car to get around.
Yeah.
So we can afford to bring all the crap that we don't really need, like him. But I'm imagining if you lived in New York City or whatever, one, the size and the comfort of the bag is going to be really important.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to, like, maybe this is what I do here is rated at the minimum. I'll probably throw this out. I'll probably throw this one out if I had to commute by train and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not bringing these.
No, this is them in a car, and because
Well, actually, if I commute in LA public transportation, I actually could keep these. Yeah. But
actually in California you can't carry these with you. It's called concealed
concealed carry.
Concealed weapon.
Yeah.
So because I'm in my car, I'm going to the dojo. That's the only time I have them, so I have that excuse.
Yeah. So do you have anything else? It's supposed to be a short video, but it ended up being
It'd
pretty
be much
long.
longer than we thought it would be. Like
So much
always.
crap, but
What do you have more stuff in your bag than I do.
they're all
This guy
functional.
has a Mary Poppins bag. Oh, and I have a beanie also inside my bag.
So let us know what you guys put in your bags. Is there? I mean, we're all grapplers. Probably much have probably similar stuff unless you're like him. But let us know what you guys carry, what you think, whether we need to add or remove some stuff you think is useless in here.
Anything that we forgot?
Yep.
I forgot my bow staff. Ah, that's what I forgot to put inside my here. Get one of those collapsible ones. You know those ones that are like a little tiny and you
Just
split
get a
them out.
nightstick.
Nice. No, that's illegal in California
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I can't carry that around
Yeah.
anymore. All right, so that's the video right there. What's in the bag? This is what's in our starter judo bag for the most part. You see, it all has to do with grappling. All has to do with martial arts. Being clean, having your stuff with you, your gis, your belts, your pads, your after class stuff. So with that, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me at @Jerry_Juan on Instagram. You follow Anthony Throws on Instagram. You follow the channel itself on Instagram at Tatami Talk. You can follow us on YouTube at Tatami Talk. If you have any questions, things you want to go through, things you want to talk about, hit us up again at tatamitalk@gmail.com. Is there anything else, Anthony, when you talk about?
Nope.
No? All right. So
Don't-
with that,
Don't forget to close your bag. Is what I want to say.